the Empath Sisters. Join these two healing sisters, Bev Lazar and Shelly Greenlaw, walking the path of spirituality and are here to share their experiences and guidance within the realms of energy, intuition, spirit, and beyond.
Welcome back to Empath Sisters. I'm your host, Shelly. And of course, joining me, my co-host, my sister, Bev.
Hello.
And we just wanted to kind of like chat today again.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give you like a little bit of a follow-up or like a catch-up on our last episode that we talked about on our self-care. Not only just our self-care, but also part of that self-care, my experience that we had as a guest with Carissa Peters.
Yes.
Yes,
it was great. Self-care is wonderful. It was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of people since then, really sharing with me how they enjoyed that episode and, how important it was, or it was a great reminder, or, who do you see, or where do you go for this? And, just looking for different modalities or people or connections, just because we weren't, we hadn't shared like everybody's contacts,
Right.
of people that we see and things like that, especially here in the Saskatoon area. So that was so lovely to just be like, here. So for all those people that we do see, don't be surprised if you, have some new people coming to see you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so when Shelly was here just not long ago, and she was able to see Carissa while she was here. And so you now have had an experience with somebody that you had seen in St. Albert.
Yeah.
That you had mentioned the first time.
Yeah.
And then now you got an opportunity to see Carissa when you were here. So how did that go?
It went really good, or well. It like even Carissa, like when I went to see Carissa, she was like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to see like if you get a different experience, that type of thing."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, that's what I'm here to find out."
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah, so it went. So if I'm gonna like compare,
Yeah,
I would say that some of the experience that I had like with the St. Albert lady and then with Carissa were similar. But
right.
But in saying that, I feel like Carissa's was a little bit more in depth. She just did a little bit more, and not only just a little bit more, she was a lot more, I don't even know how to explain, like with the one in St. Albert, she didn't do as much pressure, I guess, in a way, is what I'm trying to get at, where Carissa was. And I'm not going to lie, like, and Carissa knows this, so if she's listening, I'm sorry. And she was sorry too. But what it was really was, I was sore.
Yeah,
she really worked hard on a lot of my areas, and the one that was a little different between the two experiences, though, with Carissa, I had never had this happen where she made me turn over to my side and worked in the side. So I did not have that. So that was new.
Experience.
Yeah, that was new for me. And then there was this one part where I couldn't remember, like if my first lady had my arm out. I can't remember if she did or not. So I kind of said that to Carissa, and she goes, "Oh, that's weird, because like you have to get right under the armpit, and get into the lymph node." But I couldn't remember. But as time went on, I was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember she did have my arm out." But yeah, so the experience that I had with Carissa was definitely like different in different ways than it was the first one. But I will say I didn't have very much detox, but what I did have was, like I had mentioned, I was very sore.
And why were you sore?
Yeah, I was just going to say,
you should let everybody know why.
Yeah, the reason why I was sore is because she was working on my surgery scar, so my heart surgery scar, and she said
Mm-hmm.
that it would help, break up all of the stuff that can be stored there from when I had surgery, and like even just with
Yeah, for sure.
medications and all that stuff. And I had never had my heart scar
Yeah.
touched,
Worked
like
on. Yeah. Ever.
never.
That was
Um,
years ago.
yeah, so like 2004 is when I had that surgery. So
Boy.
like
So
21 years ago coming in
yeah.
July.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he worked on it. And I'm not going to lie, I was laying there going, excuse my language. I was like, holy fuck, that hurts.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It
Well, you
hurt.
think about a scar, like they're so tight,
Yeah.
you know? Oh,
Yeah. It
yes.
was, not going to lie, it was very painful. And she goes, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so sorry. But she's like, we really need to work in here.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she worked in there. And I was sore for a good solid week,
Weak.
like
Yeah.
good week before I could
Oh,
actually touch the center of my chest. It was
yeah.
quite painful. And then the other part that I was sore was because I suffer from IBS.
Mm-hmm.
She took a gua sha, so like it's a tool. It's
Mm-hmm.
you guys probably know what that means. I what I'm talking about, but it's a little
Or
tool, and they
Google it.
use it. And they, yeah, you can Google it too. But it's just this tool where they like a lot of ladies use it to, smooth your skin or your neck with, or like really get into
Mm-hmm.
the muscles. And they do use them on your body as well. Like
Yeah.
I've had that work before. But she used that for right underneath my sternum. So it helps alleviate
Mm-hmm.
that lymph in there. And she really dug in there to just show me like I could do this on my own as well, and to help
Nice.
just get that, like, kind of like, I guess, break it up a little bit. But it
Yeah.
will also help with my IBS. And
Nice.
so that part was also sore because it was just
Mm-hmm.
right underneath the rib and underneath the sternum. So it was, yeah,
Yeah.
tender. I couldn't touch it for a couple
Yeah.
days. And I hope to try it again on my own.
Yeah.
But I have, like, I needed to not be in pain while I
Yeah,
was
for
doing
sure. Of
it.
course.
So, but other than that, I will say that from the first experience to the second, like with Carissa,
Mm-hmm.
having the Brazilian lymphatic drainage has helped my belly. Like
Yeah.
I have noticed such a difference in
Yeah.
my stomach, and
Me too.
yeah, like it's
It's
crazy.
amazing. It is
Yeah.
crazy. And just even,
So,
I find for me, like my hormones, I feel
mhm,
more regulated.
yeah,
Cycle, I would have to say, like, even like temperature wise, like I used to always be freezing cold.
yeah,
And I would have to say, even before I did any of this stuff,
mhm,
I also was like experiencing like what they call, everybody's like perimenopause,
right,
perimenopause, and like
yeah,
those symptoms, but like gone. And like I sweat at the gym now. My body's like, the fact that I'm sweating now also tells me that my nervous system is healing as well, so that I
yeah,
can actually not hang on and I can actually
mhm,
move stuff. So
yeah,
it's just, there's just so many benefits. And I feel even temperature wise, it's way more regulated. Like it's crazy. I've never been warm or hot in my life. And I'm just like, I feel like a normal person. I haven't had that experience of like the opposite. I've always just been so cold. So
yeah,
it's brought, and like even just energy wise, it's done a lot of really positive things for me. So
mhm.
I definitely love it. I also want to say too that I noticed when you had seen Carissa too, you were sharing with me about Carissa talking to you about some of like things that you might have
Oh,
in terms
yeah,
of like POTS.
yeah,
And I know that is something that was brought up by Dr. Homemark when he was here.
yes, hmm,
He was one that brought some awareness to Shelly of like
yeah,
possibly like having certain conditions.
hmm,
And I found that that was amazing that Carissa brought those up to you as well. So that just
right,
tells me again how knowledgeable Carissa is and just able to like tap into so much more, and has so much more knowledge that she can, share this information. So I thought that was really cool. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like I didn't even know that about her. So I just wanted to bring that
that's
up
right.
too.
Yeah,
So.
she did say that. She did mention like she had brought up POTS. And for those that don't know what POTS is, I'm just going to quickly tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And so POTS is a postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome is what it's called. And it's just a chronic autonomic nervous system disorder. So basically what happens is your heart rate increases while you're standing, or like if you're laying and then you get up and then all of a sudden you get dizzy or you pass out, that type of thing. And so she had asked me if I had that. And I said, actually, I haven't been diagnosed for that. And I said, I was already told by Dr. Mark that he thought either POTS or PANDAS. And PANDAS is a different autoimmune.
I'm sure we have them.
Probably. And like with the PANDAS, it's more pediatric. So like that's why he brought that up, because he thinks that maybe when I was younger that I had developed PANDAS. And I just looked it up, so I'll tell you. So it's called pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorder associated with strep. So in childhood, this disorder can cause severe psychological, neurological, and physical symptoms in a child with strep. And so that was the other thing that that he had mentioned. And so I had mentioned that to Carissa as well. And she said that it's a highly possibility that I've had either one of them or both. And so, that I'm glad you brought that up, because I did forget that. So she did bring that up, which I have to agree. I was kind of shocked that somebody else had mentioned that to me. And
would have that awareness. Like I've never had a doctor even say, like, even my cardiologist has never said, where I would have POTS too, and never has once brought it up. Those terms ever. I only heard them when Hallmark brought them up to you.
Right.
And then now hearing Carissa bring it up, I'm like, that's freaking awesome. I love that. Just like, there's just so much out there. And it's just like, the more you know about yourself, it's like, okay. So, well, and I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. And I do have a niece who actually has been diagnosed with POTS. So, it's very hard to get a diagnosis. And, so I'd like to talk to her about it a little bit more, because I would love to get some kind of answer too, to find out if that's something that is a part of.
And how do you go about, getting that diagnosis, or what do you have to do, kind of a thing.
So cool. It was a really good experience. I'm going to see her again. And then I convinced my husband to go see Carissa as well. So he got to see her just before we left Saskatoon. And he also too was impressed, and really was like, she's really good with her hands. She knows her, like, she just knows her stuff. And that like, the one part that I will say that he agreed with me was that he's never been put on his side. We've never had, like, in any type of massage, yes, really? some myofascial, yes, like when we go see Heather, she will, but like never turn on our side. She'll work on our side, but never actually flip you onto your side to do that. So we were both impressed for that. We've never ever had that happen to either one of us for that type of treatment.
I'm sure my facial expression when she was like, okay, you need to go face that way, turn over now. I'm like, what?
Right?
Like,
what do you
all
mean?
the way, or just like, she's like, no, I just want to face the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just as shocked, but I was like, okay, okay. And then when she started working, I was like, oh, this makes sense. Why you need us on our side. So it's great. She's so amazing. And I've been telling so many moms about her teaching for kids and like working on your own children. And I've had a lot of people going like, oh my gosh, I should take that. And I should do that. I've had even grandmas going, I think I'm going to take it just to work on my grandkids, you know, when they come over and stuff, or just be able to go over and help or whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
Exactly.
So great.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that I got to have the experience with her, and I get to have another one with her when I come back to Saskatoon. But yeah,
awesome.
it was great to have her on, because she definitely knows her stuff. And so if anybody's in Saskatoon, please go see her. I do know that she does know other people that are going, like, that do the same work as her, and has taken the same as her, because because I'm going to be going away. And so she's going to recommend someone for me to continue the process of this Brazilian lymphatic drainage when we get to the East Coast. So I'm really excited for that. So I might be able to share that later down the road when she shares it with me. And I will, you know, follow up on that as well, of what kind of experience I've had with that one. So
it's awesome. It's exciting.
Yeah. So
it's pretty amazing. I can't wait to see her again already. I'm just like, just can't wait to go back. It's been so good.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love how I feel, and I love it all. So my daughter actually just went and saw her last Thursday, I want to say, just a couple days ago. And also she had a little bit of detox symptoms, just like very, very minimal. But was just like, oh my gosh, like that was so amazing. So so she's going back actually again tomorrow. So nice. Because sometimes Krista does suggest, like, I think I mentioned this before, a few, like 3 or whatever, like close together at the first couple, like the first time, which we agreed wasn't the best for me at that time. But so Isabel's gonna get the opportunity to go and have a couple done before she moves to Georgia. So good. So it'll be good for her too. So she's like, I want to see probably your whole family. I'm like, possible. I am that way. It's like, hey, this is a great tool.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my follow-up on that. And it was a really good experience. And I would definitely recommend her as well, and that she's good at what she does. So
she really is. She's got great energy too. Awesome.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's awesome. So kind of back to us sharing some catch up as well. Just wanted to share with all of our listeners that Shelly, not everybody knows kind of what Shelly's plans are, and kind of how things are looking for Empath and for Shelly and I. But Shelly has an opportunity. Her and her husband are going to be doing some moving and traveling around Canada, who knows where else, but wherever I guess it will take them. But yes, they are going to be traveling for sure, a year. So not many people knew that Shelly was leaving, or kind of was already had, closed her doors to Healing Libra in person at this time. So I know that was a bit of a transition. It was bittersweet for Shelly. And, but so we're also going to be taking a break over the summer, just because there is a lot going on, and Shelly's going to also be on the road and doing a bunch of traveling and visiting and things like that before they hit the East Coast. So we're just going to take a little bit of a break over the summer. We will come back for the fall. And also, Shelly is planning on doing one last stop through Saskatoon in July. And so Shelly and I do have two in-person events that we are hosting on. It'll be Friday, July 25th. And we also have one that we're going to be offering on the Saturday of July 26th in the afternoon. So those will be posted on our socials and to the people that subscribe to our newsletters personally. And so if you are interested in any of those, that'll be our last in-person events that we're going to have. We may have some virtuals in the future, but it's definitely going to be person. This will be our last. So
yeah, for a little while.
Pre-planting the seed. Yeah, just for a little while. And pre-planting that seed there for everybody. If you would like to come to, an event, to see us in person, to hang out with us, to have an experience, we will let you know at that time what all that is going to entail.
Yes.
And so just, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I honestly, because we figured we should probably do something that we haven't done for a while, and have an in-person, just a fun couple hours of, either it's going to be mediumship, just some fun stuff. Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited. Yeah. So like Bev said, yes, I am taking a little bit of a break, but like I said, or like what Bev said, I should say, is that, we're just taking a little summer break. Bev's got a lot of things going on in her life as well. She's going to be taking her daughter to Georgia and back. And then she's got, we also are going to burn in together and doing a family thing too. And like, we've just got so much going on that we just felt that it was just a good plan to take a little break. We'll be back in the fall. And in the meantime, we plan to have those 2 events like Bev said. And we hope that you guys can come, because definitely. Oh my gosh, it would be so fun.
It would be fun. I know. And sometimes it's like, I just want to see people as like a, summer is busy.
Yes.
It always is. And I mean, it's just I don't know. When you can seize the opportunity, why not?
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're really excited to put an offering out there, and hopefully we'll get to see some of you and spend some time with you all and have a great time. And taking a break. We'll have some new content and some new looks.
Right. Yes. I forgot about that too.
Come back as well.
Right.
Yeah. So we're really excited. We've got lots of good stuff, new stuff coming forward. And we have been really busy, and you're going to miss our silly voices, all summer. But also a good opportunity if there are any podcasts that maybe you haven't listened to, maybe take an opportunity to listen to those this summer. And I have to share this one thing I experienced while we're on the topic of sharing. Okay. So I was doing a mediumship reading for a new client just, I don't know, a couple days ago, a week ago, whatever it was. And so crazy. Because in this it was mediumship, and this 2 loved ones came through. So one was one that this person really wanted to connect with, and this person has a very strong accent.
Oh, accent. Cool.
Oh yeah.
I already think I know what you're going to say.
And oh my gosh. And so all of a sudden I could, I know this is also like for you too, when you do mediumship. But it's like being impressed with, pictures, feelings,
yes,
whatever, looks, personality, all the things. But then I could literally hear in my head him talking.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like your dad had a very strong accent, and I couldn't hear him like trying to say like over and over, like trying to get it through. And I was like, okay. But then all of a sudden it started like coming out of my mouth exactly like him.
Oh, wow.
And his accent. And I was like, and I just like covered my mouth and looked at her, and I was like I was scared to talk, because I was like, it just really wants to come. But I don't want you to think I'm trying to imitate you.
Yes, exactly.
Because she also had a very strong accent. And so I was just like,
you didn't want to
imitate
make fun.
Like,
yes, exactly.
Totally. And
yeah,
I was
totally.
like, this is not what I'm trying to, but like, I hear him talking. It's like, he literally wants to talk through me. And and I can't even imitate it to this day. It's not even like, I'm really good at imitating though.
Yes.
But like, I can't even do this when I'm like, it's so strong. And it was so amazing. I was like, wow, it was like I could hear him, and it was just coming out of my mouth exactly as I was hearing it, but not even me.
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh, gosh. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like,
No
so
kidding.
amazing that, yeah. And yeah, her father had passed away when she was very, very young girl. So it was just like, wow, like I just thought that was such a gift for that to come through, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I had chills up my legs. So I was like, oh.
It was so amazing. I was just like, wow, I felt so honored.
Yeah.
And like I've heard, you know, spirits talking and things like that, but
yeah,
it was just like, oh no, it's like coming out of my mouth. Like, what?
Well,
and
yeah, I totally
and the brain is
understand
like,
that. Yeah,
what? Right?
I know.
It's just that whole mind F. And
I
you're
know.
just like, and then I just like keep covering my mouth, like, I'm so sorry. Like this. I'm like, stop. Like, and I'm just like, do you just let this happen? But it's so awkward. So you want to stop it. And then you're just like, I should just let this happen. Oh, it's just so, yeah. Just one of those, like,
I totally understand that. And it's not even just like, well,
wow,
I do.
So
I get that. It's like sometimes, you know, yeah, I was just going to say, because that's happened to me before where I've like started talking and then all of a sudden I'd go, oh no, I was like,
oh yeah. When I've tranced before for clients and just completely, it's almost like I go mute, so I can't hear anything, but I can see everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And my client is staring at me and I'm like, my mouth is moving. And I'm like thinking, oh, I'm talking to this person still. But yet I'm thinking, well, that's weird. I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And then coming back going like, hello. I remember doing that. And I was like,
me
oh
too.
my God. Oh my God. And then I covered my mouth and I was like,
yeah.
And then my voice would come back. It would go, oh my God, oh my God. And then I'd go, oh my God. Like, and then I remember my client just like hanging onto the chair, staring at me like, that was amazing. Right? And I went, I'm so sorry. And she goes, no, your face changed and everything. That was so crazy. And I'm like,
I know.
Like, I got everything I need. This person had told me that 2 people had come through and I believed it was, I don't remember the first one, but one was an angel actually that came through and spoke to my client. And I was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was just going to say was that's what happened to me, but it wasn't even for like, it wasn't even for mediumship. I was literally doing Reiki and I was doing my spiel and all of a sudden my voice and everything changed. And I went,
oh yeah. Oh my gosh. My guides have been channeling in and out. My guide, like I'll have a client come in, I'm explaining it. And it's like, I'm in this like deep tone. It's like, I'm like, obviously one of my guides wants to talk today. So they're going to explain Reiki to you. And then it will just like, then go like to really sweet and it's great and light. And then it goes back to myself. And I'm like, oh, there I am. And then it's like, I feel like I'm just on this like moving scale of and it happens when we pod too. So like, see how it's starting to get deeper. So this one's like, I have an opportunity to come in and then it'll go away eventually.
Or the other thing that always happens to us every time is the clearing of the throat.
Oh, that's been so much better actually. I think I'm over that. I think it's I used to have that all the time because for years they were working on my vocal cords,
right? So
that I could channel so many. Yeah. And but now like at work and everything, I don't have that at all. It's just when I'm around certain people of like, maybe they need to get something out or whatever, just normal clearing of my throat.
Yeah.
But definitely in the like channel wise, no, I find it's like, I feel like even I noticed this for myself of like, there, finally, we got everything done. Like it's done and it can just
for me, it's more, but for me, it's more like, you know, when you have a client and it's like their throat needs to be clear, like, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by like, it's just constantly always, you know, there. And I always have to apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like,
I only have that
and I'll be like,
I'm
not sick, honest to God.
Oh, I know. I used to say that all the time. I'm like, I'm not coughing because I'm sick. It's like, I can't even talk, but and just certain people, you know, throat chakra wise, or if I'm
That's what I
explaining,
mean.
ready tuning in,
Yeah.
and I'm like
Right?
coughing, and I'm like, okay, you got something going on with your throat. We're gonna get on that. Let's just clear it.
Exactly.
Or like, you need to talk about something.
Yeah. It's usually them
do
needing to release or express
Yeah.
or whatever, right? So, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that was a
Yeah.
cool share. Thank you for sharing that. That's cool.
I wish I could just do it,
Right?
imitate it. And
Mhm.
I'm like I said, I'm really good at imitating and
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
you
are.
know, voices and all the things, but I have even tried to like think about hearing it. I can't even
Yeah.
hear it to like try it to,
Right.
because usually I have to hear it and then I can imitate it.
Right.
For me, like if I'm trying to imitate something or an actor
Right.
or something, but
Yeah.
I can't with this one. It's just like that.
Like how you imitate our grandmother sometimes, like
Mhm.
how you can talk like grandma. It's just so, like that.
I know you feel like she's right there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm really good at doing our doctor
Yes.
too.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah. My family loves it. I just do it all the time. It's so funny. They're just like, oh my God, mom. Oh. And even just like little kids and even like your granddaughter, Berkeley, like
Mhm.
she's just like the
Yeah.
cutest little thing. And you can just imitate her. And I can imitate other little kids. And they're just like, oh, just
Yeah.
love it so much. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Awesome.
it was a really cool experience. And it was just so, I just felt so happy for her. But at the same time, I was just like,
mind blown.
oh, that's happening today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, thanks for
Awesome.
letting me share. So
Yeah, of
maybe everyone
course.
was on the edge of their seats with that one. Just kidding.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Maybe. Who knows? It reminds me of like our last retreat, just when we like channel and faces change, body change. I don't know if that happens for you, but for me, a lot. So it's just like, it reminds me of doing that. But it was really cool just to actually have, like I can hear them talking and like share with people what their loved ones are saying, but to like actually have them and their voice come through. Yeah. It's like, wow, it's truly actually amazing to think about body wise that we can do that. Yeah. And you have no control over it. Like you can't even make that happen. Nope. Like I would literally have to be practicing that accent for so long to be that good. Like anything. But yeah, it's cool.
Well, any trance I think is pretty cool, honestly. Like
trance
when you watch people,
cool.
I love it. Me too.
Just like my brain's just like, what? And I'm like, I know. So two things happening at once. My brain's just like, oh my God, look at what we're witnessing right now. My eyes feel like they're gonna bulge out of my face. I know. And then my soul is like so excited. It's just like, so we're it's like freaking out at the same.
I was gonna say, or like your soul is kind of like, I know you. I've heard you before.
Oh my God. My brain's
it sounds weird, but it's true.
Yeah. Seriously. If you've never seen trancing, find it. It's so cool. Like when a spirit. So what trance is
I guess
different from channeling. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, teaching moment. Which I love to do. Channeling is like you're channeling information the loved one coming through you. So like you're channeling what they want to share, anything, even guides. It's just channeling information. It just comes through. You're not thinking about it. It just flows through you. Where some people are like, I don't even know where that came from. It's just like, I just said it. It just came out of my mouth. And it's like, this is channeling. So trancing is when you can actually step aside. I don't know, the best ways to use it is like step aside soul wise, step aside consciously, but it's kind of like you move over and you share your physical body with another spirit. So yes, obviously this could probably sound very scary to a lot of people out there going, what? Okay. Not just any spirits, you guys, not just like, we're not trance and demons and things like that. And this is just like, ascended masters, guides, loved ones. And so if you are in a position that you want to trance or you are here to trance and be one of those kind of vessels, then yes, you kind of step aside and then
Yeah.
you allow them to come in, and then your face can change because it's almost like imagining their soul coming in and imprinting and pressing through your physical vessel.
Right.
So this is where you will, for me, I will feel their body inside my body. Like I remember when our dad tranced through my body, I was like, oh my God, my dad's in my body. I literally remember having that thought.
Did we talk about that?
We never talked about this because it was about the book. And he was in my body for the first time. And I'm like, and then it was like, I could hear his thoughts. And I knew I was looking through his eyeballs.
Yeah.
But even though I was in my body looking through my eyeballs, but it's like his eyeballs were in front of mine. Like it was just, I was looking through his eyes. So he like stepped right in front of me. So crazy. So I'm sure I look like some weird, like
figure.
Did I look like a woman, man? I don't know what it looked like at that time. I don't know if like the guy who looked at me, if he was like, lady, something's wrong with you. I don't even know. I don't remember, but yeah, it was so crazy. I've had,
we have, for those, eventually we will talk about this in an episode. It's an amazing, it's an amazing story, experience.
It's just a special one.
It is a very special one. We're just not sure.
Haven't shared it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's like, when do you share it? You know, it's so special. I'm like, do I want it in my book? Do I want to share it publicly? Maybe I don't. Do I just want to keep it? You know, we've struggled with this one a little bit. So, but that would be the example I wanted to use, was just like somebody I knew. Right. And it was like, come on, you know, having this realization, you know. Yeah. But for other people, it's like, whoa, it happened. There we are.
Totally. Totally.
So again, I've had them where I can't hear anything. I can see.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't remember. It's like I'm out, and then, but I was like, the person sitting there listening, I've been talking, I've been doing it all. And then they're like, then I come back and it's like, just like the voice thing. It's like, whoa, happened. It's almost like you have amnesia for just like a little bit,
you know?
I don't know what happened in the last like 3 minutes, but so trancing is really cool. There are people that do trance, like evenings or events or whichever. I don't know how many there are actually out there anymore. There used to be quite, I want to say like years ago, there were quite a few people doing it. Yeah. I want to say it's probably more popular in the UK. Yeah. Because they do trance healing there. And that's also what Shelly and I took, so that we could move over and allow healers to work through our vessel, to work on you guys when you come to see us. So that has happened many times where I'm in a session at the end, I'm like, I have no idea what happened. Yeah. And then I go wash my hands, I come back, and it's like, all of a sudden spirit will just give me a whole like movie of like, here, while you were gone, this is what happened. And then this is what I share with people. And sometimes I'm there, or I'm channeling, or whichever, but there are many times we're trance, and I don't know if for you, Shelly, but for me, a lot of the time it's
I'm not even there. Like, I'm the same as you. Like when I start, I think I even actually had this conversation with someone, because I was like, I'm sorry, I have to like look over there. Like, cause I always say, I have to look over there for me to remember, because a lot of times I am not here. I'm just the conduit. So it's a lot of times I'm not paying attention. I'm literally in my own little world, and then boom, I'm done. Yeah. And then
for sure.
It's like, okay, this is what happened. This is what, like, so I'm the same way. It's really, sometimes it really gets to the point where it's like, my mind goes, holy cow, like what did really just happen? Because like, I don't know what's been happening. But, and then when like you said, you go wash your hands, then you come back, and then all of a sudden I just have to look at the table, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember now. Like I know
I can see it.
Yeah.
I see what happened. Let me just look over there.
Yeah. I just
the imprint is over there. And there's many times I'm in a very like meditative state, checking
Yes.
out. Like I know I'm there, I'm
Yeah.
doing all the things, but there are many times when I'm actually transing and I have no recollection of the start to the finish. I don't know what happened. It's like amnesia. I come back and it's like, but those ones are really amazing. Like those are the ones that I'm like, whoa, something magnificent just happened. Like it's one of those like special ones, you know, where you're like, this could be like one of those miracle ones. That's what it feels like. That's what I mean by like special, right? It's like, wow, I was just a part of something that I can't even comprehend. That is way bigger than me. So yeah, it's just amazing.
It is.
Love it. Thank you, all of you who come to see us.
Yes.
And give us that opportunity to be conduits and to do the work. And it is an honor. So thank you.
It is.
But anyway,
it is.
a big share.
Yep.
So that's our catch up. Shelly is doing some traveling. We've got some stuff going on in July. That'll be our last in person.
Yep.
So watch for that. And we'll be back in the fall with some new content, a new look, and I'm sure lots to share. And yes, there's lots of great things happening, and it'll be so great to catch up. And in the meantime, you know, we all wish you guys a wonderful summer, holiday, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're just staying around and taking some time for you, or you're working, or whatever it is. We hope you have a wonderful summer, and we will be back, and maybe we'll see some of you in July.
We hope so.
We hope so. So thank you everybody for all your support. And of course, if ever, you know, we're still around on socials and everything, like we're not disappearing. We have not broken up. We are not fighting. We are just taking a break, and we probably will post that on there, but you can still reach out to us. You can still comment. You can still watch all our other episodes, catch up on some of them. There's so many amazing ones that we've talked about, so many cool things, or teaching, or if you're on this journey or stepping on it, it's new. But lots of good stuff. So reach out to us if you need. So Shelly and I are sending you guys all the love and light and gratitude wherever this may find you all today. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.